ครับ Good evening. Welcome to ThaiPBS English News Service. I'm Subhajit Klinswan. We start off tonight in the Deep South. After closing following the attacks on teachers over the past 2 weeks, schools in the southern provinces reopened their doors today. Meanwhile, security officials have further tightened security for both students and teachers.
The Teachers Federation of the three southern border provinces agreed to reopen schools in Pattani, Yala and Narathiwat today after they closed following the murders of teacher Tatirat Choi Kaew and headmaster Somsak Kwan Ma of the Ban Bango school in Pattani. Security officers took care of students and teachers' safety while traveling to and from school. Earlier today, a large number of teachers attended Somsak Kwan Ma's funeral, who was shot dead last week in Mueang district of Pattani province. Meanwhile, in Narathiwat province, the authorities have advised teachers and students to go home at the scheduled time and via agreed routes, as specified by the Teachers Federation of the three southern border provinces. But there is little sign of a let-up in the violence, as earlier this evening, a pickup truck carrying 14 government staff from Sungai Padi to Mueang district of Narathiwat was sprayed with machine gun fire by insurgents. 2 people died at the scene and 7 others were injured. All of the staff were female. This may be seen as a bad start for the authorities, who promised they would boost security across the restive region.
The cabinet meeting tomorrow is expected to consider a proposal to conduct a constitution amendment national referendum, despite the Pheu Thai party claiming it will sue the opposition leader for calling a ban on the referendum. The Prime Minister declined to answer reporters' questions about whether she is doing all this to help her fugitive ex-PM brother, as claimed by the opposition. Before taking off to Myanmar, accompanied by a number of cabinet members to talk with Myanmar authorities about latest developments at the Dawai Deep Seaport, Prime Minister Yingluck refused to answer reporters' questions about whether all the effort the government is putting into amending the constitution is to assist former PM turned fugitive Thaksin Shinawatra to come back to Thailand as a free man. The question was a result of opposition leader Aphisit Vechachiwat's open letter asking the public to boycott the upcoming proposal to amend the 2007 constitution, as Aphisit claims this is to help the PM's brother. The Pheu Thai party says it will now take legal action against Aphisit, claiming that calling for a boycott of a national referendum is against the law. Aphisit and Democrat MPs are now saying that the opposition leader is not encouraging people not to vote, but the letter's content is actually to show his opposition towards the Constitution amendment, that is, to vote no if the upcoming proposal aims to assist certain individuals. Warathep Ratanakor, minister to the PM's office, says tomorrow's agenda will include the Ministers of Interior and Justice proposal to the cabinet for a national poll on a constitution amendment. Yingluck hinted to the public last week that her government, determined to amend the 2007 charter since they were elected, wants to hear the public's opinion on this matter. Her announcement came a day after former PM Thaksin Shinawatra told the media in Hong Kong that a referendum is needed indeed in Thailand, as the society remains split on whether or not to amend the current constitution, which some claim is undemocratic since it was written and passed by an unelected military government. According to a recent report, each family in Thailand has informal debt of about 168,000 baht. Informal debt means borrowing from unofficial sources such as friends as well as loan sharks. Today, led by the Ministry of Justice, all related government departments and a number of academics met to try to find the most effective way to address the issue of mounting household informal debt. Here's more from Kun Sarita Thanangkut.
The Ministry of Justice is going to place effort to find a long-term solution to informal debt on a national agenda, since the Center of Economic and Business Forecasting reported that household debt has increased compared to last year by 5%. The average Thai family currently carries the burden of 168,000 baht in informal debt, with the poorest families being the worst affected. Narong Prasert, an economic specialist, has identified the root of informal debt problem: overspending, including overborrowing, consumerism, the advertising system, and monthly installment loans. He suggests that the government establish a sustainable loan institution and that the Ministry of Justice provide financial management coaching to improve knowledge about savings and how to avoid too much debt, as well as preparing legal teams to handle debt-related litigation. Sarita Thanangul, Thai PBS.
Thank you, Sarita. Economists are suggesting that Thailand should set up an independent organization to pave a clear direction for how this country should administer its rice crops prior to the arrival of the AEC in 2015. Meanwhile, rice traders are saying pricing is the biggest cause of the reduction in export sales of Thai rice. Adpisan Wanit, Dean of the Thai Chamber of Commerce University's Faculty of Economics, says Thailand is in need of a holistic solution to the administration of the rice market. An R&D unit and a central pricing center are needed to develop the flow of rice sales before the ASEAN Economic Community becomes a reality in 2015. Irrigation and land development, especially the allocation of rich soiled land to be used as farmland, is also essential. Rice traders attending today's seminar entitled "The Future of Thai Rice in the World Market" are saying that Thailand's rice sales are plummeting as a result of high prices caused by the government's rice pledging scheme. They urge the government to solve the pricing problem. In 2012, Thailand is expected to export 6.5 million tons of rice, while the world's #1 exporter, Vietnam, will sell about 7.5 million tons. A new 1.6 billion baht fourth Thai-Laos bridge over the Mekong River to link Chiang Rai province in Thailand with Bok Kaeo district in Laos is expected to boost the local business sector in investment. In addition, the Thailand-Laos relationship will be tightened. A large number of people living in Chiang Khong district of Chiang Rai province hurried to the fourth Thai-Laos bridge in the hope of being the first group to walk across the bridge. However, it has yet been completed due to financial issues. The bridge opening is now scheduled for mid-next year. 1.6 billion baht was spent on the construction. The locals hope the bridge will be a great tourist attraction and that development and investment along with this part of the border will be greatly increased. The project is part of the development of the Northern Economic Corridor. Local business owners hope for more investment from other countries. The bridge is expected to help the export sector. Meanwhile, Thailand and Malaysia have agreed to build 2 cross-border bridges linking the Tak Bai and Sungai Golok districts of the violence-plagued Narathiwat province to Malaysia to boost bilateral economic cooperation. The construction is expected to begin in 2014. Thai authorities are preparing to spend an initial 24 million baht to design the bridges. A teenager has been arrested and charged with murdering his older lover and was taken to reenact the murder earlier today. He confessed to the police that the killing was a result of his jealousy. A 19-year-old teenager, Warawut Petchai, has been to reenact the crime, confessing to the murder of his 40-year-old lover and setting her remains on fire in the Kanayao district of Bangkok. The body was found in her room and has been identified as that of Patarapon Priksasi. The suspect confessed that he met the victim through Facebook.com and dated her for about 2 months. He admitted to having an argument with her due to jealousy. He then strangled her to death and set her on fire. Before escaping, he locked the room and also stole her cell phone and notebook computer. Another resident in the building alerted the security guard to the fire in Patrapon's room. The security guard then forced open the door and found her body in the bathroom. Initially, the police have charged him with premeditated murder. Doctors say that Muay Thai hero Buakhao Banchamak's injury following his fight yesterday will require 2 weeks of recuperation. Meanwhile, the Thai fight champ is denying rumors that he will become a fight organizer anytime soon. 70-kilogram Buakhao Banchamak, previously known as Buakhao Pawpramuk, successfully defended his Thai fight championship title after beating Vitaly Herkua of Belarus in the Thai fight tournament near the Royal Plaza yesterday. But Buakhao's victory came at the cost of severe pain on the left side of his head and the legs. After intensive checks, doctors revealed that there was nothing to be concerned about, but the fighter will need at least 2 weeks of rest. 30-year-old Buakhao is denying rumors that he is going to become a boxing match organizer after retirement. He is suggesting, however, that we may see him perform in more films in the near future. Sports analysts are saying that since the birth of this form of fighting some 600 years ago, Muay Thai has never been as popular as it is now. Nopon Watin, a Muay Thai boxing promoter, is now developing a Muay Thai reality TV show where the winner will walk home with 15 million baht in prizes. He insists that the livelihood of Muay Thai boxers will be lucrative from now on, since this sport, despite not being an Olympic event yet, is now widely enjoyed by spectators around the world. American singer-songwriter Jason Mraz became the first world-class entertainer in decades to perform in Myanmar with a concert to raise awareness on human trafficking. Mraz's nighttime concert took place before a crowd of about 50,000 people yesterday at the base of the famous hilltop Shwetagong Pagoda in Yangon. Here's more from Hugh Adams.
Local artists, including a hip-hop singer, also played at the event organised by MTV in cooperation with US and Australian government aid agencies and the anti-slavery organisation Walk Free.
I've always wanted my music to be about healing and be about hope and optimism and celebration, peace, love, and happiness. It's extraordinary.
Myanmar is emerging from decades of isolation under a reformist elected government that took office last year after almost 50 years of military rule. It's been one of the region's poorest countries, and its human rights record made it the target of political and economic sanctions by Western nations. But democratic reforms initiated by President Thein Sein have led to the lifting of most sanctions, and the country is hopeful of a political and economic revival. Jason Mraz has a history of involvement with human rights and other social causes, but there was some criticism of his visit by campaigners for Myanmar's Muslim Rohingya community, which has long been the target of ethnic-based violence that has forced scores of thousands from their homes to makeshift refugee camps. They feel that Myanmar's government has been complicit in the discrimination and that Mraz's visit provides it with cover with the image of being a defender of human rights. Hugh Adams, ThaiPBS.
And now we're going to end tonight's edition of ThaiPBS English News Service with footage from Jason Mraz's anti-human trafficking concert from Myanmar yesterday. And that's all the time we have for tonight's edition of ThaiPBS English News Service. I'm Subhajong Linswan. Sawasdee krap.
Yeah, the world is asking